Hey guys, today I'm working with an Inglius washer and electric dryer set. Now Inglius is made by Whirlpool, so is Roper, so is Estate. They're all the same. Just this little surname here depends on which big box store you bought it from. So I believe this is a Lowe's brand. Your Estate you're gonna get from like Best Buy, and then Home Depot carries Roper. So they're all basically, if they all just said Whirlpool, it's all the same. And right now I've got this guy loaded up. Pretty heavy jeans and towel load here. You can see it's doing a good job agitating. You can hear that agitation sound. And of course the washer gets a 28-point inspection, the dryer gets a 22-point inspection, everything electrical, mechanical, it all gets checked. So as this thing's filling up here, I check to make sure it stops small, medium, large. Then I check that the hot and cold valve work and that they work together. And then with the agitation, as you can hear it agitating. If you didn't hear that, what I call a kick noise, then you'd know this wouldn't work properly. The other thing is, if you can turn this freely in one direction and not back the other way, that's the way it's supposed to work. If you can freely spin this in both directions, then this is broken and your clothes aren't getting clean. So that's also on the inspection there. Then of course the timer gets thoroughly tested to make sure it's running, make sure it stops, make sure it drains and spins and all that. So this load here is for you to see that everything works perfectly, as if you were standing here yourself testing it out. So we've already filled up with water. We're in the agitation wash cycle right now. I'm gonna let it skip on ahead. I'll bring it back for the rinse to show you that the water drains out like it's supposed to, so the drain works. Then it'll fill back up, go ahead and rinse those clothes, and then drain and spin out for the final spin cycle. And we'll catch the final spin cycle too, so that you can see it spins nice and fast and everything sounds great on it. Then we'll move those clothes over to the dryer and show you that the dryer works perfectly. All right guys, moved out of the wash cycle into the rinse cycle. You can hear it draining out all that water there. Nice and fast. Once it's done draining the water, it'll kick over into spin mode, spin out on the rinse cycle, but we're gonna come back for the final spin. It's a little faster, that way you can see it at its fastest spin and see that everything sounds good, balanced and all that. All right guys, now we're back. Final spin cycle. It's already drained all the water out and it's at full speed. You see it's nice, smooth operation, no weird noises, not off balance, all things you'd want to check for. I'm gonna go ahead and lift up this lid. Now the lid switch is gonna kick in and this thing will probably stop pretty fast. There you go. You can see it's spinning nice and fast, and lid switch works, puts the brakes on. It's a nice safety feature. That's gonna do it for the washer. We'll let that finish spinning out and we'll move on to the dryer. All right guys, I've got those clothes moved over here. Super capacity on this dryer, also on the washer. We're gonna set this here to high heat, time dry, hit go. You can see it sounds great. No weird noises, not off balance, no loud knocking or wobbling sounds, all things you check on an electric dryer. And both of these units have had very little use on them, being inside of the dryer and the washer. I can see that it like new condition on the inside, so I'd say these have had hardly any use. There's a little moving dent right here. I pulled it out best I could, but a lot of times people have their soaps and stuff up top and gets hit, or when they're moving it, it can take a little ding, or you see some scratches and stuff. So this dryer is going to get a little bit of a touch up. Washer doesn't need any touching up. Now I'm going to show you that this dryer is heating like it's supposed to. See right in between those two red dots, it's taking our surface measurement of temperature right inside the heating element tube. You see there's plenty of heat, about 250 degrees coming out of there. Now that in turn heats up the inside of your dryer anywhere from 95 up to 195, and that depends on what heat setting you pick. So you can see there it's heating perfectly, and we've got it on high heat. So you also have low heat, you have automatic, which kind of takes care of the heat as it gets done, and then you've got air dry, which you'd use for really delicate items. You could do this low heat also for delicates. So that's going to be it for these guys. Appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. Have a great day. Thanks.